I have crippling depression.
Remember this? Yeah. Yep. Enjoy this intro. Hey everyone, this is the only one here to talk to you guys about Attack on Titan chapter 123. So with this chapter we get to a flashback to how Eren ended up leaving to paradise. The chapter starts off with a monologue which we don't know who it's coming from, but it appears evident as you keep reading that it is Mikasa. Now, I'm going to go ahead and mention a couple of instances that captured my attention, then I'm going to go ahead and focus on Eren, which is what the chapter is truly about. The first funny moment is when the gang sees a car for the first time, and the funniest bit is how they were going to feed it a carrot thinking it's like a horse or something. This is also a very genuine moment as Paradise Island is very behind on technology, and honestly I'd love to see their reaction for the first time they ever saw a blimp. That would be pretty hilarious too. Now the second moment that I thought was also funny was when the clown comes up to Levi thinking he's a little kid and offers him candy. You could just imagine like how Levi's feeling after that. He's like, I'm a choker, like kill this guy. Throughout this monologue, we see how the perception of Eren is and how they felt it change but didn't think too much about it. Going through the chapter, we see another side of Eren that we saw a hint of when he saw the ocean for the first time.
ねえ、エレンこれ見てよ。壁の向こうには
海があって、海の向こうには自由がある。ずっとそう信じてた。でも違った。海の向こうにいるのは敵だ。何もかも親父の記憶で見たものと同じなんだ。まあ、向こうにいる敵全部殺せば俺たち自由になれるのか。
We see a broken man, one who is torn by what he has seen in his father's memories, and what has the world done to him. We see a man who is lost in his thoughts, trying to figure out a way to achieve freedom, not only for himself but for his comrade. Ever since Eren saw many of his father's memories, he was not the same. He made a choice, perhaps a mistake, that no one around him could relate to him and what he had seen. That no one around him could understand him. That choice of keeping to himself is what made him feel isolated, what made him feel that he was left with no choice but to do the very thing that he once hated Reiner and Bertolt for. And this is perhaps why Eren was so understanding of Reiner after he met him as Hobo Eren. It's not only because he had lived under the Marleyans and seen how they had used propaganda to make people think that the Eldians are truly devils, or that the people of Paradise are only devils that want to kill or out for everybody's blood, but also because it seems as though he had come to the same conclusion as Reiner and Bertolt. They were only fighting for their country, they were only fighting to save the people or to save the world. We see Eren standing by himself while everyone was in the Azumbido estate. Standing, observing, we catch a glance of a tear he has. That's when Mikasa arrives and the conversation begins. Eren begins talking about the people who lost their homes and how they are similar. That's when Eren asks Mikasa a question that many of us fans thought was distant. I honestly think Eren asking Mikasa what she is to him was him trying to reach outside of the void he had put himself in. Maybe he was hoping her answer would give him a thought or something that would allow him to think of a different option. Perhaps her answer would have given him hope to find another way. Maybe he wanted to hear what he is to her so that he may open up about what was being bottled up inside him. His anger, his rage, and his distress about the state of things. This is why Mikasa wonders if giving a different answer would have resulted in a different path. I think Eren would have wanted somebody to talk to, which may have been Mikasa. This is important as to why Eren can't just open up to anyone, because truly, his plan would have terrified them and it would have made them think that he is crazy. He did not want what he thought of as the only way to freedom to be taken away. But him asking Mikasa that question was his way of trying to open that conversation up. I'm very sure that many of you have felt like this before, trapped with no way out, with no one to talk to about what you are going through. This is what Eren was going through at this moment. Now, Mikasa is flustered and surprised by the question, and backs into saying just that he's family, and maybe if the conversation went on for longer, Mikasa would have told Eren what she truly thinks. But this guy came in. The gang joins Mikasa and Eren, and they go drinking. The next day, we see that the conference that was being talked about wasn't going to be of any help to the people of Paradise. Surprise, surprise. We move back to the present and see the Titan of Eren, which I honestly think is possibly the ugliest Titan I've ever seen. For some reason, I thought of Evangelion when I first saw it. I don't know why. Eren talks to everyone through the coordinate, which is confirmation that he has full control of the coordinate now. Eren tells everyone what we already know, that the Titans inside the walls are now out. Eren lays out the current standing of Paradise to the world, that Paradise is hated and wanted to be erased. Then we get perhaps the most terrifying panel of Eren so far. The Wall Titans shall crush everyone outside of Paradise. Now, I want to say that I think people like Mikasa and Armin aren't just gonna stand around and just watch this. They will for sure try to get to Eren and to talk to him. Something which Armin can do easily because he has the Colossal Titan. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard for him just to transform and just walk up to him. The other thing I wanted to say is that wiping all humans outside the wall isn't the only option. Eren could use the Titans to wipe out militaries of outside countries and perhaps sabotage their infrastructure, so they can't rebuild weapons or their military for an attack in a timely fashion. And then Paradise would use that opportunity, and they would have enough time to industrialize and catch up in terms of technology. This would be a good option as the innocent people would be spared, not everybody would be killed, and their children, while making sure at the same time that Paradise is safe. Now, if Eren does actually end up executing his plan and wiping everyone, except obviously Paradise off the face of the earth, that's going to be a very suicidal thing to do for him, because he won't be accepted by many people in Paradise, and he will surely lose a lot of those people that are close to him. Sure, at that point Eren would be free, but would that freedom matter when you have nothing? Now, the key players since the last few chapters really aren't mentioned or shown in this chapter. That's probably because Eren just barely transformed, and now he's just immediately speaking to the Eldians all around the world. But as far as Zeke and as far as Gabby, I don't see Gabby dying, at least not yet. I feel as though she has more of purpose to the story than just blowing Eren's head off and just killing Sasha. That just makes more sense to me. It wouldn't make sense for her just to be there just for that one purpose. I mean, it is possible, but I don't know. I just feel as though there is more to her than just that. Now, as far as Zeke is concerned, I think Eren might view him as a threat, so he's gonna probably have to go. The other thing is that in this chapter, we really didn't get to know what Eren is gonna do about the Marleyans that are inside the wall right now. I would imagine he's not going to just start marching right away, although he'll probably set the Titans in motion so that he can just, leave Paradise the moment, he's done with the Marleyans. But I feel as though he's going to probably try and deal with the Marleyans first before trying to deal with anybody else. Annie is also nowhere to be seen. I wouldn't be surprised though if the, communication coordinate thing actually woke her up, even though she's inside the crystal. I think that would happen. And considering that there is so much chaos, all Annie would have to do is just, undo the crystal, walk out, and then transform, and then she'd be in the game again. Although I really don't know what she would do. I have no idea. I just don't see her as a key player. Honestly, I don't even know what's gonna happen with her anymore. I wonder if she was just forgotten or something. But we'll see if she plays any key role into the ending. As far as Reiner and Peak, I think they're either gonna get eaten by Eren himself, or they're gonna just get trampled on by the Colossal Titans. It would be really easy to do that. We never get to see Hanji or Levi Hitchell in one of the panels where he's communicating to all the Eldians. So I would imagine they're gonna probably have to do with the plan of trying to stop Eren from doing what he's about to do, which is destroy everybody outside the walls. I just don't see them sitting around for that either. Just like Armin and Mikasa, they're gonna probably try to come up with something. And other than Armin, if there is anybody else that can reach Eren, you damn know that it's gonna be Levi. But then again, Eren does have full control of the coordinates, so is that even possible, honestly? That's hard to say. Obviously, Levi wouldn't be affected if Eren was to do something like wipe out people's memories, but I know for sure Eren isn't gonna do that. But as far as, for example, using the Warhammer Titan and using a bunch of different powers that the coordinate offers and has, it'd be very, very hard for Levi to reach Eren. Now, the choice of keeping to oneself is sometimes needed so that you can reflect on yourself and on the world. But mistake not, it can isolate you and give you an incorrect view of the world, an incorrect view of the situation. For those of you out there who isolate yourself, even though you have friends that are good to you, just don't do it. Don't isolate yourself. Speak to a family member or a close friend, and you know what? You will find that a world is not as narrow as it seems during those rough or tough times. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I really want to know your reactions and thoughts about the chapter and Eren. How do you guys feel about Eren basically being the villain? While I think Eren has a good intention of just, getting freedom and protecting his people and Paradise, I don't think it would be justified for him to kill everybody outside the walls. I think also that's not the only choice he has, because just like I outlined to you guys, he could just destroy their infrastructure or destroy the militaries outside the wall, and that would, obviously save the innocent people, while at the same time keeping Paradise safe until they can, mobilize and get up to speed in terms of technology and all those other things. And by that time, maybe they can even think of, something else they can do, maybe repairing relations with other people. But, people hearing this, or people, since there is Eldians outside the wall, they hear this, they're going to probably tell other people out there, or maybe not, because they don't want to be discovered that they're an Eldian. But maybe that doesn't even matter anymore because they think the world is going to end. But either way, people outside the wall are going to hear about this message, so this is not really giving the best image of Paradise to people. People already think they were devils, that they're going to destroy the world. Well, guess what? They're going to get that. And they're going to get that not because that's what the devils, quote-unquote, have always wanted to do, but because now that is the only option that they have, at least in Eren's thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. OnlyOne out.